So Eddie Howe is about to celebrate 10 years in charge of Bournemouth, albeit in 2 spells. I'm going to hit you straight with a tweet we've got. Who deserves more credit as a manager, Gareth Southgate or Eddie Howe?
You're looking at me first, so I'm going to say Gareth Southgate. But only because what he done, he jumped into the hot seat of English football and he said, I'm going to do this my way and I'm going to go through youth, this policy, and I'm going to stick to my guns, because that job is easily led by the press and by pressure. And he stuck to his guns and it's becoming fruitful now.
Eddie Howe, longevity, resources as well, early doors. Obviously, they have a lot more money to spend now than what Bournemouth have ever had, due to the Premier League and due to the backing. But like the way they play, like the players he's brought through, sensible manager. I just think he's young as well. I think he's done a great job.
Very close, but I'm going Southgate. Got so much admiration for Eddie Howe, but when you look at, I've lived in England since 1996. When you look at some of the turmoil that's gone on with England managers dealing with that job, I'm not quite sure what he could have done more. Really not. Took advantage of an opportunity in the summer, maybe not full advantage in the World Cup, and even since then, the way he has evolved that team been so impressive.
Does it not say a great deal, though, how we're talking with such high praise with 2 young English coaches? The job that Eddie Howe has done there possibly deserves a little more credit. It is an old footballing cliche, although all 3 of you have done it with various clubs. They say, never go back. So he was there, he did well, went to Burnley. It just didn't work out for whatever reason. But to have had the success on returning, does that make it even more impressive?
Well, obviously he knew the comforts, he knew what he's going back to, his surroundings. You know, listen, I remember watching a documentary on him and the way he sets up his teams and pre-seasons, intense, play on the front foot, the way they play football, full-backs overlapping. It's easy on the eye to watch, it's pleasing. The thing that worries me is it slowly, no disrespect to Bournemouth, is it slowly outgrowing Bournemouth in terms of
in what way?
In terms of attracting players. You know, if they go on and finish.
Well, they're 6th at the moment.
Well, let's say they finish just outside the top 6. Okay, what players are they going to be able to recruit next year, knowing obviously knowing that the football that they play, we're talking about players going there. The stadium is obviously as big as what others are. There's a whole lot of factors that go around. Is he outgrowing that football club, or does that football club need to grow where he's outshining?
Well, isn't that a question that Eddie Howe will ask himself at the appropriate time? Can I remain fulfilled here, or can I match my ambitions?
Well, it depends what his ambitions are. Look, we're talking about, you know, he was a reasonably successful player for Bournemouth in a period that wasn't great for their football club. So he's been there for a number of years, went on to coaching, went on to managing there. Obviously had a spell at Burnley, went back there. And listen, when he left Burnley, I say he left, it was Bournemouth actually offered him more money than what he was getting at Burnley. So Bournemouth knew with the backing they were getting, what they were bringing in. But I just like the way he's been playing his football. He hasn't changed. He's kept the identity there, and he's also done it through the leagues. He's doing it at the top division. That alone, he's been clear, he's been true to his identity with a club like Bournemouth, which would have been quite easy for him to change. Would have been quite easy to be very difficult to beat, and especially in a small ground like Bournemouth. But he's just said, no, this is how I play. Yeah. This is how I've always played. This is how we do it at Bournemouth. We've had success, and we're even going to go into the top league, the Premier League, where a lot of people wouldn't give him a chance when he first came up. Now they're an established Premier League. The problem is going to be not just with Eddie Howe, is where do Bournemouth go now? What do they do? And I don't...
They've got a ceiling, haven't they?
Just keep it there. Don't worry about you have to improve, or you just build on your facilities. Keep building.
You can't say that. Every club has to be ambitious.
Yeah, well, but every club... what is ambitious? I've seen it too many times down the years. Suddenly Charlton feel they have to do something different. So in other clubs have to go... do you want to go back down to League One, League Two? Championship, then League One? Because you will. Because that's what happened. Just keep solid, keep where you are. Keep bringing in the money, and at the same time, hopefully get a few gems here and there. Keep your manager, keep going the way it is. If he keeps doing as well as he's going to be wanted. He's going to be wanted. But I can imagine, due to being there from a young age, spending all his footballing career there, now 99% of his coaching career there, he's going to be very happy where he is at a football club.
He's brought the club on though every year, hasn't he? Every single. Some of the words the lads are using, like easy on the eye, free-flowing football. I think he's made them a better unit over the last year. I think when you look at some of the players and he works them constantly, I think that's a sign of a good coach. You improve players all the time.
And it's the same players
from League One.
It's the nucleus, isn't it?
That's the best thing
they
about
play
it.
the same way. They're not changing.
No, but that's what I mean. He's
So
kept faith in them, and he's gone. You boys have got me there. We've got there together. Let's do it together.
And also, I feel he'd be excited about what's going on at Bournemouth. It's like, say, for instance, even this week we got a little bit of good news at the club where we might be able to move training grounds. And it's looking real possible now. We're looking, being able to. And straight away, my mindset was, I want to be here for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to see it. I've been here, like, at the moment where we're having to, at this present moment, find a training pitch every day. I'd look, it was just not bad. We have to do it that way. We have to do it that way. It's not an excuse. We should still be producing players. But imagine having our own building. Yeah. Imagine doing this. I want to be part of that. Yeah. So straight away, my mindset is, well, I want to do this for the next year. I want to do it for the next 2 years.
Building a legacy.
Exactly that.
The other thing as well, he would appear to have is that great knack of really selecting the right characters for his team, because you said he brought that nucleus up and he's added very judiciously, very, very carefully. Because as Arsene Wenger always used to say, it's possible to subtract by adding. He's very careful about what he's brought.
When you look at the
group.
type of players that he's brought and he's had success with, it's that younger age bracket of players that he can make better, he can add value to. Nathan Ake being a prime example, Lerma in the summer has brought in a bit of steel. So they have to be clever with their recruitment, don't they? Because they're probably not going to come for finances, they're not going to come for the big for the big stadium, are they? Because they play at a small ground. It's coming for the Premier League football. Probably has that base to go again if they have huge ambition, those players. But it's also at this stage, working for Eddie Howe and how they've seen him progress the careers of countless players.
I'm doing the game on Sunday, and I'm sure he wouldn't thank me for asking him, but where could Bournemouth end up this season? How high could they finish?
Burnley of last year?
I think they'll finish. I think they could potentially and probably will finish just outside the top 6 if they carry on.
And that's a magnificent achievement.
It's a phenomenal achievement.
Top 10.
It's a phenomenal achievement.
Anything in the top 10 for you, Craig?
Anything in the top 10, they've done brilliant.
And I think that what suits it is what suits him in his team and his philosophy. And his philosophy for his team is all about energy. If you've got energy, you're good for me.
And if you haven't got energy, you simply don't get in that team, do you?
Energy and an appetite to learn, to progress. You've only got to look at Fraser last night for Scotland. The way he has progressed under him, sensational. Now he's got the most Premier League assists this year. Ryan Fraser, he was at Ipswich a couple of years ago, in and out of the team last year, nailed on this year. Brooks coming in from Sheffield United, progressively getting these players better time after time. So impressive.